Hey everybody, it's Triple J, and welcome back to another episode of Bountiful Bayou here in City Skylines. I know it's been a little bit again. I know what you're thinking, Jim. Come on, come on. I know it's been a little bit of a challenge. I've been trying to balance some stream things, some YouTube content things, and life things, and sometimes you just don't get everything done that you want to. I have good intentions. I do. And I am hunkering down and I am getting a bunch of recording done today. Not only for this, but also the RimWorld series as well. And the RimWorld tutorial just came out, which I know has been just really asked for. So that's out, and I think I might record another one. So expect there to be at least a couple weeks straight now of Bountiful Bayou stuff, because I am determined to get the recording done. But everybody, welcome back. I had to go back to the previous... it's been too long since your last video when you have to go back to the previous one to remember what you were doing. And when I do that, I know it's been too long since I've recorded something. So, and that is indeed what I had to do. So, we are working on making this train station out here, trying to connect up some rail. And I know that I kind of left you guys hanging because this has been something that people have been asking about, like, where's the public transportation? Can we see some of that? And indeed, we're going to get to that today. The map, I tried to get it back to look exactly like it had looked before, but since between this episode and the last one, we started a brand new build over on Twitch, and I added a little bit more mods. We are running like a bunch of different things, so I a lot of some visual things as well, so I had to kind of reshape how this looks, but I think it's pretty close to what it was before. Using a mod, I think I touched on this last time, using a mod called Ultimate Eye Candy, I did shift sort of the sun a little bit, so this might look a little different, but that's why. But let's get into it here. So when I was looking at this before, I was kind of thinking, just before the video started, I was thinking that I had talked about, making this a turnaround, having the train station. I think on the inside, I was also considering the outside. Regardless, I was going to have this be a turnaround, but I think what I might, and I still think that I will do that. However, I was going to have this kind of like curve, but what I think we might do here is place down, I'm just trying to think of an asset that would be good to place down at the end of this. That would sort of be... What if it was the botanical gardens? Is that weird? Is that weird to have that out by a train station? It might be. It might be weird to have that. Well, I wonder if we can use potentially a... Oh, see, yeah, one of the things I messed up. I do have the European buildings unlocked, but that's for the stream. So let's ignore this. We could always use them, I guess, if we want to in the future. But I did... well, that's not even really a mod. I just enabled them to be seen regardless of the map, which is a feature that you can do. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just trying. I don't know if anything really fits. We could do just like a little park or something. How would that look out here? Okay, I think we can make that work. So let me move it to sort of shift it and bring it, yes, just like that. So we can have that connect up. Oh, we're going to need water services over here. Just shy. Get that down. We're going to need that. Oh, no, not you, Chirpy. And then... kind of what I was thinking about adding. Let me just go out 440 and down. That is the magic number. Okay. So yeah, this little park, maybe we can even add a little path that kind of swoops around, maybe even links up to this on the other side. There we go, getting some link across here. But yeah, so let's put down the train station. This is the passenger train station. I think on the outside is going to be the best bet, just for ease of getting the rail connection. Instead of having to go, if I put it on this side, right, I'm kind of blocked on here and over here for, I guess it could sneak under the bridge, but for our purposes, I think this is going to be better. Plus, as like a little added bonus to that, the way I'm seeing it is you come in here, and I was thinking about putting a row of commercial on this side. So it's sort of like, hey, you come into the train station. Yeah, I got to go to the train station. Oh, maybe I should stop at this store first, right? You know, people getting off the train who are maybe visiting from a different part of town, you know, might want to do some shopping over here. I think that's perfectly reasonable and very capitalistic of me. Capitalistic? Is that a word? Capitalistic? I don't know. So I'm going to do control. Let's see. I want to do this in the center. So I might turn this off. We're going to have some paths crossing over. Let's see. You know, I wonder if it's more interesting and perhaps a little bit more fun. So let me drop this to raise up by, let's go to 6, because that will get us over. So 6 out, 6 high. Turn back on the guideline so I can get that perfect 90 degrees. And then we're going to go back down to 7. That's not what I want. Okay. I will turn off road length. And I'll also turn off road guidelines. No, grid? No, road guidelines. Okay, well, that was 6, but it's not lining up. So I'm just going to grab move it, and I will pull. Now, of course, I don't foresee this road being so busy that we couldn't put in a crosswalk. However, you know, in a public transportation setting, I think it might be a little bit more interesting to do something like that. And so here, I'm going to put a crosswalk. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now, I don't anticipate people are going to be using this very much. But in an effort to, I don't know, I think it creates a more interesting area for public transportation when you have some walkways. Bring up and over. Okay, so I'm going to go like that. There we go. And this one lines up well. Excellent. So yeah, I mean, is there a real purpose to have the crosswalk on the other side and not on this side? Nah, not really. Not really at all. But, you know, it keeps traffic moving on this side when people are trying to get to the train stations. So that's, you know, there's some benefit there. But that looks really, really nice. And in fact, I might even gussy this up a little bit here. Let's put a little fence bit there. Maybe I'll even do it on, maybe I'll just make this a whole big fence area, and that's not straight, so I'll take move it, magical move it. There, we can kind of, you know, make this like, if you want to cross, you know, you gotta go up and over. And we can take just like some trees and pop them in right here. Ah. Maybe put some bushes in between them. Why not? Why not? There. We're making this a nice little area here. And so then, yeah, I think this park, because we can drag off of this, we can even do something with the I just had a thought. About a bike path that goes... Oh, yeah. Boy, you know what? What if we... That might be something we add in a little bit later, but I'm thinking, what if we had a really long bike trail? One huge long bicycle path that ran all along the water's edge. And then, you know, maybe cut through wherever, you know, maybe up and through these hills and down and around. But it just sort of hugs the edge of our city. I think that'd be pretty cool. That's a thought. We'll put a pin in that. You know what? I'm even gonna put it. Let's actually put a pin in this because I feel like this is something I'm going to forget. So let me just kind of draw out a little bit of this, and I'm gonna say bicycle path. That should hopefully get me to remember that. Hopefully. Okay. So we have 2 stations set up. We have one right here, and we have one right here. And we discussed putting one here, I think. But, again, I kind of like to keep the rail... You know, if we put enough things over here, and I think this will grow out to be maybe another sprawling suburb. I think if we put enough stuff out here, there will be many, many people traveling back and forth between this. But, again, we're kind of talking about maybe making it a quadrant type of a system. When is our next milestone, by the way? 13,000. Okay, we get another tile. Oh, right. We still haven't unlocked crematoriums. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Okay. These guys are complaining about workers. Well, you're in luck because over here, I want to make this a sort of suburban sprawl. So let's do that. And then, once we get that in, and we kind of make this sort of an area here. Before I do that, though, now here we go. Perfect example. Perfect learning example. I could put in, because my thought was that I was going to have another, maybe a road run along here, connect up to this at some point, right? We make that connection, and then, you know, have some variation of that. But before I do that, I'm going to want to put this rail in. I want to bring this rail and connect it up because I don't have a lot of stuff over here yet. And again, we talked about this briefly in the previous one, is that, you know, more often than not, your rail is the stuff that is in first, right? The rail is more than likely the oldest thing in your city, your village, or town center, whatever. So let's make that the first thing we do, and let's build around it. Let's force ourselves to build around it. So we turn on the snapping again. Let's try to figure out how we want to run this, because let's keep in mind what we're going to build, you know, in the future. But for our purposes, how do we get this through? Because we could always do a level crossing. I think that's perfectly acceptable, especially for a suburb. Because I don't anticipate a lot of traffic out here. So let me pull this out. And I want to line this up with this road. We're going to have to hop over this. We're going to have to hop over this to make this connection. But I think, you know, it makes the most sense to hug along the highway. And then coming in over here. Yeah, that'll be interesting. We have a little bit of terraforming issue over there, too. Sometimes what I find to be the easiest is, instead of starting on one side and going all the way, it can be helpful to sort of dance between them. So you start on this side, you draw a little bit, then you go back over here and you kind of draw a little bit, because I don't know, that helps me. I don't know if that is maybe helpful for everyone, but that can sort of help me figure some things out, kind of like where we're going on the other side. Like if I get stuck and go, well, I don't know exactly where I want the rail to go, well, let's try the other side and see where we come, you know. That can be helpful. Well, we're going to want to go over this or around it. And what I think I'd like to do in this instance, well, this is what we do. Here we go. This is why you have natural features and you use terrain to your benefit. Right here, we have this sort of rock face hill thing, right? Well, I don't think it's that unrealistic. And, you know, you don't have to go for realistic. It's your city. You can build it how you want. But I don't think it's that unrealistic to say, hey, what if this kind of extended out over here? Right? There's just a little bit more of this hill as you kind of enter the city. Great. So what that does for us is it gives us a natural bridge. Okay, so now our rail has a natural way to cross this road. And now it doesn't feel unintentional, right? You can go back in here, you can take this down, sort of just soften it out. Doesn't look so dramatic, right? With some trees and some bushes around it. Okay, now the decision time, though. Do we want to go over these houses, or not? I don't want to go over the houses. However, I also don't want to curve around this to just go behind these houses, because that also doesn't feel like that's, you know, that's how the rail would have been built, right? What I'm going to do right now is I do want this to line up with the highway, and I kind of feel like it's going to be, because we have to go over 2 more roads. So this portion is probably going to stay elevated, but I would like to maybe bring it back up. Like, I don't think I want it elevated the whole time. That feels weird. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. So we line it up with that. Is that straight with that? Why does that look off to me? That's not straight with that highway, is it? There's no way. No. Huh. That's weird. That is straight. Oh, I forgot to put tree anarchy on. Okay. I was like, why is it building so close to those trees? Well, you have a mod on, Jim. Okay, that looks more straight to me. I don't think... Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have to go up and over. We could cheese it again by saying... And I think I'm gonna... Guys, I think I'm gonna do that. You know, there's this rock here. There's this little hill here. We could... Here, I'm gonna grab this height. And maybe when we unlock this tile, we can connect this up. So it doesn't look so out of nowhere. I just don't like bridging up a rail if I can avoid it. It just feels weird to me. I don't know. And again, that is a total personal preference. But I don't prefer it. So I'm going to go like that. Give us a nice long track up that hill, and then when we cross over, it's going to stay raised. Now, I probably don't actually need to go that high. What if I was a little bit lower? Yeah. Well, actually, I could keep this part lower, and then we could dip. We could dip down like that. You know, give it a little bit more of an interesting dynamic. A little bit roller coastery, but also, you know, you're working with terrain, so I think that's acceptable. So we go up. And then I'm going to want to go straight. Okay, I don't want that far over, but I'm going to go like that. There we go. Just to make sure that we are perpendicular with that highway. To give ourselves a nice little curve. I'm going to curve it like so. And this stuff takes time. It can be a little finicky, but you know, when you build really nice rail that you're happy with, it is really satisfying. Yeah, see, even that's like kind of high, but it's not too bad. That is slipping up a little bit. Of course, we don't have a pillar there because I've pulled it too far over. Let me dip that back a little bit. It wasn't quite 15 meters. Okay, like that. Yeah, I think we'll just have to bring that down. So yeah, so this is going to cross over. Okay, so now let me go to here. I don't know how I'm going to come down yet. We might just do that via a regular ramp, but I think I'm going to keep it pretty long. So let me go to about there-ish. See, that's not straight, though. It's really weird that that is not giving me a straight line. Is that straight? Like, I'm trying to line up with this node. There we go. Is that it? Kind of. Boy, it's messing me up. I don't... No, I guess that's straight. Yeah, okay. All right. So we go along here, and... Yeah, I'm gonna... Now, let me come back over to here again. Because I'm gonna... Well... Yeah, this road offers... Is that crazy? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But the trucks do fit under it. Which means we're going to have to go a little higher. But I also... Let me just see how this looks. Not convinced yet. That's not where I wanted to go. Yeah, I don't mind that. And it's such a gradual grade that I'm going to be comfortable with that. Okay, so this is going to continue straight, but we're going to start to slope down now. And I'm going to back this up. Because I'm going to have to start curving now. Here, let me take... Yeah, let me just go to that bit. Because that's a 12. Because where am I at right here? Well, that's also 12. But I can do that manually. Okay. And then I'm going to take it to 3. Back this up a little bit more. 10 to flat. Okay, so now this needs to be sloped properly. So let's go into move it. And let's grab slope objects. What we'll do is we will shift and grab all the nodes we want sloped. Okay. And then we will hit the slope object. And then that should give us a real nice grade. All the way down. I don't know if that was where I wanted to start. Yeah, that is where I wanted to start. Now we do need. Yeah, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna copy that. Because I need a pillar right in there. Okay, and bring that up. And then how is this slope? That's totally acceptable. I will just kind of dip that just a smidge. And I'm also going to dip this a smidge. Yes. Okay, let me copy another one of these and put it in between. Great. Excellent. So there we go. Okay, so we've gone over that now, and I think that see, if we're going to grade it like that, that's totally fine. It's still a little much, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that slope trick everywhere. So now that we're at the ground level, we just need to make this connection happen. Now, of course, you don't need to do all of this. So, it doesn't need to be that precise, right? It's not gonna really affect your trains too much. It's totally gonna be fine. Let's see. Now this part.
With a smile and a full belly. Now, be sure that you come down to at the old.
I'm gonna go about like this. I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna sort of curve to this bit, and like that. There we are. Good. That's a really nice curve. That should give us enough space for this road. We may need to find out, but there we go. Awesome. And there we go. Oh no, we don't. I always think we have the connection point, and we don't yet. We actually need to figure out the most difficult part, and that is what to do with this. I sort of absolutely 100% forgot about that. Oh boy. Yeah, so you know what I think is going to have to happen? We're going to have to... Some of these people are going to have to move. And that's just going to be the way it is. That's just going to be the way it is. But before I do that, let me see... Boy, I think I'm going to have to go up. We're going to have to go up again. On this side. Oh boy. Yeah, we still have a little bit... Yeah. I thought... I always do that too. Like, oh, awesome, I got it all connected. No, I don't. No, I definitely don't have it connected. So let me go up to 3. I'm going to go up to about 10 meters there, and then I'm going to go up to 12. Something like that. We can always slope it later. And then I'm going to take it up to 15 about there. And yeah, I think we'll slope that. But there we go. 15 is perfectly acceptable to get over. So that's going to line up about there. And that doesn't line up with that road. Ugh. That's a little gross, if I'm honest. But let me bring that up to there, and then maybe I can just do a big old swoop here. And I'm gonna sort of eyeball that to there, and we're just gonna have that run through those houses, and they're gonna have to just live with it. And it's gonna suck a little bit living there, but also, deal with it. Okay. Now we are connected. There's a tree on the tracks. Now we are officially connected. Okay, so let me slope this down. So let me move it again. I'm going to take these bits just to give us a nice grade. Slope them. And that's pretty good. Pretty good. Awesome. And there we go. So last thing we'll do before we head off today, because wow, I can't believe that we spent this whole episode doing one train line. But you know what? It's really important. It's really important. And so many people ask to how do I, do trains? How do I do all of that stuff? Because it is difficult. I mean, guys, I've been playing this game for 5 years, and I still struggle with, how to make a perfectly effective rail. So I'm just showing you kind of how I do it, and I hope it can help you in your efforts, because it can be a little daunting. Train lines can certainly be daunting, and I understand. So let's connect up a line, and let's get a rail going. So go to there, and we'll just bring it back. And we'll leave it at that. I don't know if this is in the mod list, but I do have improved public transport, which allows you to just kind of do a little bit more vehicle, selecting different types of vehicles and adding and removing them from the thing. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility, but looks like there's 3 trains on this. I feel like let's not do 3. Let's do two passenger trains on this line and kind of see how that goes. Because I don't, right now, it kind of feels like it makes sense to me to have, one coming back, one going there. Because, you're going to wait 20 minutes for a train, right? There's 6 people on that. It takes a little bit of time. It certainly takes a little bit of time. But yeah, hopefully those will maybe unbunch a little bit more. And I think that's kind of what it's trying to do at this moment. Wait for this one to get it a little bit further before it heads off. And we can futz with that later. But yeah, there's so many things you can do with all of that. But I think for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. But we have it. Officially, we have a rail in our city, and people are moving about it. So now, next time, we are going to work on this suburb out here and try to make that look very nice. Add a little bit of population on this side. Perhaps get these two to connect up. Figure out maybe where this is going. But again, we have a little bit of constraints. We should probably start to go back over here. Start filling in more of this area. Hit some more milestones. Add in the commercial center we were talking about last time. So many things. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks, everyone. And I'll see you next time.